Okay, y'all, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a chance to come in. We usually get started about the 3 to 4 minute mark. I'm not using OBS, so I can't play the music. I wonder if there's a way I can upload this song here so I can play it. Cause sometimes I don't feel like using OBS. But let me see. Gonna get started here in a minute. 3 minute mark, 4 minute mark. I wanted to pull up something here to talk about a couple of these fights. Let's see. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. That. I know some people ain't really big on this card coming up, but hey, we got some interesting fights. All right. Like I said, not every card gonna be something major, and on top of that, this ain't a card that you have to pay for. So yeah, if it ain't a pay-per-view, so ain't really no need to get all bent up about it. Hold up. All right, give me a couple more minutes, then we can get this thing on the way. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way I could just put that. I could put my intro beat on StreamYard when I don't feel like hooking OBS up. Sometimes OBS be lagging. It be what do you call it? It be lagging, and sometimes the audio you really have to like go in there and adjust. Like seems like audio is always turning out better on StreamYard. That and if you do an open link, when you do an open link, it's like you always have to keep muting people whenever you do OBS, but through StreamYard, you ain't got to worry about that. Let's see here. I'm trying to find where I can link that song here. All right, yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, I ain't gonna talk about it. I don't think I'm gonna talk about everything today, man. I'm gonna have to get back on tomorrow because I think the card is a little bit earlier tomorrow. It's like what 1 o'clock. Then the main card starts at 4 p.m. my way. So it ain't like gonna be a late night fight tomorrow. But I'm gonna be watching boxing too because there's a good card in boxing. So okay, there we go. I'm gonna get started here in about 30 seconds, y'all. Give me a minute. Give me a second here. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't. Yeah, that's what I said. Like that's the thing with OBS. Though. I just hate when I have somebody on. You have to keep muting back and forth. That's why I just been using StreamYard a lot. But they need to have a way where you can put your music on StreamYard instead of using these stock musics they have up here. It's crazy. All right. But yeah, we got about 10 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like. What's going on, y'all? Let's get into it. TJ in the building. He said we going for a 5 hour. Nah. Sorry, pal. MJ, what's going on? BJ. Yeah, BJ. I got the shirt today. I just pulled it out this morning. I was about to do a little video on IG, rocking the shirt. Cause I came in second, but I'm an advocate for a clean sport, BJ, so I still feel like I won. I still feel like I won that trivia. You know how it is, but it's cool. Let's see, Brian Williams, Colostrum, what's up, man? He said, I'm glad they starting early tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, TJ. Yeah, like I always have to like because it's always got that echo behind it too, because you got two things going. You got two softwares going. You got the StreamYard, then you have OBS. Yeah, yeah, BJ. I got the shirt, but I got the shirt. It's here. Like I said, I want to rock it on IG to show you show you the shirt. But Zaman, what's up? Mojo, what's going on? James G in the building. Marcus Bell. Well, yeah, I'm gonna definitely pull that shirt up. All right, y'all. So yeah, man, we got an interesting fight week. This Rosenstruck Volkov card. Like I said, it's an early one. Which yeah, it's always a good card when it's early. Sometimes I can go ahead and get it out the way in case I got something to do later on at night. But let me see how many WMMA fights. We got a total of 3, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it in. I think I'll go ahead and talk about it in the order that it's on the card. You know, because there's a few things I want to discuss. This card and a few new signees to the UFC. Like I said, I might get back on tomorrow and talk more about this stuff because you know they just been signing people left and right. It's like signing season. You know how they do the cuts. You know how when they cut people, you know they just been signing a whole bunch of people. It's been like nonstop over the past few days. Like I've been catching this stuff, but I've been busy. But I was like, wow, man, all of these new bantamweights they signing. But MJ said you forgot to put a picture from no, I didn't forget. I'm gonna probably talk about that tomorrow. Like I said, just got a bunch of stuff to talk about. What I got up here today is what I'm gonna talk about. What I got up here, I'm gonna pretty much talk about today, but I'll talk about that stuff tomorrow. I did post that. I posted the signing. Excuse me, dust in there. I posted that signing of Alan Perez on my community page, but there's a new Muay Thai champion that they signed as well. I posted that I think 2 days ago, but yeah, I heard about the fight. It's supposed to be featherweight. Excuse me, it's supposed to be bantamweight. Well, TJ, you know what they did? They did sign featherweights. You know, they signed Chelsea. You know, Chelsea's a featherweight, but they got them moving down to. They got them moving all down to bantamweight. They've been trying to fill this bantamweight division up. You know, I think they be listening to fans, but they're not making the right choices. Right? It's awful. It's awful, man. Like they need to stop trying to get these big fighters to move down. But yeah, Alan Perez, yeah, they got her the Muay Thai champion they signed. Her name is just escaping me right now. You have to look at the page. It's up there. Let me see. Alan Fiona Perez. What do they have her listed as? What is she fighting as? You say featherweight. She got that Sonda style. What was her last fight? Let's see. What was her last fight? 135. Alan Perez is bantamweight. Alan Perez is a bantamweight. No, MJ, don't. Yeah, don't. No. She's not a featherweight. She ain't a new featherweight. She's a bantamweight. If you look at her fights with Samurai House, just like I thought, she's always been 135. She's not 145. She's a career bantamweight. Yeah. Oh, Zaman, come on, Zaman. Come on, Zaman. You gotta chill. You know this girl. You know that. Come on now. Come on, Zaman. What I tell you about talking about people like that, man? Now you know her weight ain't like that. Hold on. Every now and then, you gotta do this, Zaman. Even just for a little while. See, see, you call them. Look, Thomas. See, when you start talking about people's weight like that, I gotta show you, man. Come on now. You can come back in whenever everything good. Come on, you know Chandler because she can fight at featherweight. But yeah, Perez is a bantamweight. Zara is making ban. Yeah, it's all bantamweight. Yeah, go look at the post. It's all bantamweight. Yeah, but anyways, hold off on that. Like I said, I ain't jumping into that yet. let's talk about what we got tomorrow. We got this card coming up tomorrow. And first fight to kick this card off tomorrow. So BJ, make sure you're ready because the flyweight division is about to be put on notice again, y'all. We got Aaron Blanchfield and JJ Aldrich. All right. First fight tomorrow. They got lined up for at 1 p.m. Aaron Blanchfield and JJ Aldrich, which to me, I was, going to say, oh man, they should be deeper in the card. That's not bad. That's not bad because of the way WMMA fans are. It's nice to kind of kick it off with a good fight like this. We can go ahead and kick the card off. I ain't got to wait. Somebody like Blanchfield, she's not really like a popular fighter yet. So with her kicking the card off, it's gonna go ahead and put some eyes on her. You know what I mean? Of course, I still feel like that's the time when people are still getting in. I still think that's the time when people are kind of getting in because they waiting on the main card. But I can go ahead and get my action out the way. You know what I mean? I can go ahead and get my action out the way and I might even call this fight tomorrow. Since it's the first fight on the card, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one, Aaron Blanchfield and JJ Aldrich. If y'all been looking at the stare downs, they've been looking intense. All three of these fights been looking kind of intense. Everybody's been, they've been looking ready. They focused. I ain't see many handshakes either. Blanchfield and Aldrich, I think they did handshake, but everybody else didn't handshake. After they did the stare down, they were all kind of, giving each other that look. I know Carolina went to shake Felice's hand, which I'll talk about here in a minute, but she didn't shake her hand. But anyways, Blanchfield and Aldrich, they look ready. Blanchfield, she's always ready. She's got that hunger in her eyes. She's cold-blooded. Going into this fight, man, the more and more I look at it, I think it's going to be more so competitive than I was thinking before. I think that a lot of people, I think Aldrich, she's been improving as a fighter. She's putting more together besides her striking. I think she's a good technical fighter. I think the only thing that she kind of lacks is that grind. I won't say grind like as far as her work rate because she works hard, but I think as far as her grinding, digging deep, like showing that hardcoreness in her. You know what I mean? Like what Blanchfield has and like what Macy Barber has, that type of dog. I think she tends to like to fight more of a technical style. And I'll say kind of a point fighter. You know what I mean? She is kind of a point fighter. She's from a Taekwondo background, right? I think that's what I said right before. Yeah. Some of these styles get mixed up to me, but JJ, I think, she comes from that boxing, Taekwondo background. So I think she's more of that controlled type of fighter. But, Blanchfield, man, she comes in hardcore. Ever since she was, like I said, first at the scene, she don't be playing. How some young bucks, they get a little cold when they come in, but fighters like her and Macy, they hard. Macy Barber may lack some skills, but they got that killer instinct. And I think that's something that's going to be key to carrying her through this fight. I know some of y'all think Aaron's kind of a small flyweight, but when she puts the weight on, man, she looks solid. Like, she definitely looks solid in that last fight with Miranda. The performance she put on Miranda, she definitely looked like a physically strong, dominant flyweight in there. So I think Blanchfield not only is improving as a fighter, she has that dominant bone in her. She has that dominance in her that just says, I ain't got to be your friend. You ain't got to respect me. We come in to fight, right? Let's see. High five, what's going on? Brian Williams said Aaron and JJ should be a good fight, but for some reason, I don't think Poliana Karina is going to deliver. I don't know. It might. I think It might be a stand-up battle though. I kind of think it's gonna be a stand-up battle. So it might be pretty good because Corinne Silva, she's an exciting fighter. I mean, if you go back and look at some of her fights, she brings excitement. And Poliana Botelho, matter of fact, I think it was Wildest Moments in one of my comment sections. She said that Corinne is like 100% finish rate, right? So we might have a good fight. I think that's gonna be a good one. I think that's the one a lot of people are kind of sleeping on. Let's see. TJ said, I'm just going on my memory of past Aldrich fights. He said, Aaron is hungry and skilled. You can see her getting the decision, but you can also see a stoppage. Yeah, I'm not sure like what type. Maybe if it was on the ground, I don't think she would get the type of hits like hold on. I don't think she gets that type of. I don't think she would get a type of finish on the feet against Aldrich. I think she's technically sound. Oh, okay. Brian said he thinks it will deliver. Yeah, I think it's going to deliver, man. I do think it's going to deliver. I think both of these fights are going to be, pretty good. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to both of these more than the strawweight fight. Zama said Corinne is horrible, but Botelho's fight IQ. Corinne's not horrible, man. Like, I think she's got a pretty good stand-up game, even fighting backwards. But I mean, horrible. Like, what you basing that off of, man? Like, who are you comparing it to? You say she's horrible. Like, how did she win the Contender Series? And how did she? Yeah, I don't see her as a horrible fighter, man. No. Daniel Edwards said, "Why is Blanchfield the first fight?" You know how they do with some of the women. They go ahead and put them on and try to get them out the way. I'm not gonna argue with this one as long as like I said, we can go ahead and get to the action. I'm gonna go ahead and call that fight. Let's see, 3-6, because there's like 8 fights on the prelims anyway. So I don't want them to be like 7 deep. So BJ said Poliana Botelho is hard to finish. Yeah, she's pretty tough, man. I want to say Calvillo stopped her or submitted her, and Jillian Robertson, right? I know Jillian did, but I want to say Calvillo had finished her too. So she can be finished. She can be finished though, or submitted. I don't think her ground game is as solid as what is her name? Silva. Let me see how many times. Yeah, she's been submitted. No, Jillian Robertson did submit her actually. Calvillo did. Calvillo's the only one that did. But anyways, scratch that. Back to Blanchfield and Aldrich. Let's see. Aldrich is on. Let me see here. Aldrich is on I want to say 3-fight win streak, right? Yep. She defeated Courtney Casey, Demopoulos, and Jillian Robertson, right? All 3 of those wins by decision. But to me, in all 3 of these fights, she showed some improvements. She definitely showed some growth to me. Courtney Casey, that was kind of a brawl at times, some give and take. But I think the technical skills of JJ Aldrich pulled her through that fight. Because you can outpoint Courtney Casey. Courtney Casey, when you take her in the brawl mode, you can get her to brawl. I mean, you can kind of get her out of her game and you can outpoint her. So, I think Aldrich has that type of style for that. Then against Demopoulos, Demopoulos is a strawweight, but she's dangerous on the ground. So I thought, going into that fight, Aldrich should have no issue defending these takedowns. She's got the strength to stop any of these submissions, Then Jillian Robertson, she came in trying to strike a little bit with Aldrich, but again, you're talking about a better technical striker here. But the thing that impressed me with Aldrich in this fight was her takedown defense and her ground game against Aldrich. Good clinch work, good wrestling. She had a little bit of everything in it. I was impressed with against Jillian because I know it'd be wise. It was wise of some people to just say, okay, yeah, Jillian could go in there and finish her on the ground because she does get a little bit more scrappy than Aldrich. But the thing that pulled Aldrich through, I think, was her well-roundedness. So the more I look at that, man, I just say she got a good chance against Blanchfield. I think she has a level of maturity that could, if she can be patient and if she can work behind the jab, maybe she could outpoint Erin Blanchfield. Cause we know she got the countering skills. We know she can snap the head back, right? She can do that. I mean, the better striker in this fight to me is Aldrich, no doubt, right? But the fighter that delivers pressure the best, I think, is Blanchfield. She fights behind a jab. She fights behind combinations. She does fight behind body kicks and head kicks. She will come straight in there to push you back and get her style going, like she did to the big fighters like Miranda and Sarah Alpar. And that's the thing about Blanchfield's pressure. She was able to make Miranda Maverick react, right? She made her react to a lot of those shots. Like every time she would come forward feints, Miranda would try to throw something to keep her back, but that's what Blanchfield wanted. She made her feel uncomfortable on the back foot. Boom, push her way in, just straight up take her down. And if she puts that type of pressure on Aldrich, might be a short night. Might be a short night. So to me, I think it's just Aldrich having to fight a smart fight here and not try to go dog for dog with Blanchfield. She will have to, I think, be the mature fighter and fight in spurts and frustrate Blanchfield behind a good solid jab. But yeah, Blanchfield, she just got this level of threat to I see that's going to be a problem as she climbs the top 10, because you can't really say she's one dimensional at all. Everybody sees the black belt, thinks she's just a submission artist or she's just all about her jujitsu. But no, like Blanchfield is getting victories out here, on the feet and on the ground. For me, man, it's tough to pick. If I had to pick in this one, I'm gonna give an edge to Blanchfield, but it is a close fight. I think with her tools and just that rugged mentality about her, I think Blanchfield can. I said she get a decision though. I think she might get a decision in this one because Aldrich has been getting stronger. I mean, what do y'all think? Who do y'all got in Blanchfield Aldrich? It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good one though. Zama said he's got 70-30 for Aaron. Aldrich will have a decent first round, but her gas tank won't last. I don't know if it's going to be a gas tank problem. I think it's just going to be a pressure problem. Like, I think she has the gas tank, but it's going to be Blanchfield really pushing the pace in that first round. Like, I got to give Miranda a lot of credit. I got to give her a lot of credit, man, for, being able to go in there and defend those submissions and last that with that type of ground pace that Erin Blanchfield was putting on. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aaron. I'm gonna go with Aaron in this one. I won't be surprised if Aldrich was able to do something for a couple rounds and make it close, but I'm gonna go with Aaron in this one by a decision. Yeah, because I think she's just in that mode right now. She just got knocked out of the top 15. She just got knocked out of the top 15 by Tracy Cortez in her victory. Yeah, I gotta go with Aaron in here. But she's gonna be fighting. She's gonna be fighting in this fight. Believe me. This ain't gonna be no slouch fight. Aldridge's gonna be the smart fighter here and avoid taking this thing to the ground. At all costs, she's gonna be on her feet moving. Cause she's gonna have to. Because I think if Miranda couldn't handle it on the ground, I don't think Aldridge is gonna have any success. Because Miranda's strong, but there's gonna be some moments where you see some good jabs landing from Aldrich, some good technical skills. But like I said, to go get him, the dog, I give the edge to Aaron. Who do y'all got though? Let's see. BJ said I'm gonna be tuned in your stream and reschedule mine tomorrow. Oh, what you got? Oh yeah, that's right. You would do that round by round, right? Oh yeah. You got that clear. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be in there when you do that. You got the Aaron, not Aaron. Wasn't it Claire Guthrie and Juliana Miller? Yeah, that was a good fight. Y'all got to keep up with that tough show, man. That Juliana Miller, I don't know, man. I was watching that episode. She was getting her feelings, man. I mean, look, I didn't think that dude Bobby was like trying to give away any type of secrets to Claire Guthrie. I don't know if you saw the episode yet, BJ, but yeah, it was crazy. I don't know about that. Uh Moses said I got Aaron by split. Runnerini, what's going on? James Perez, what's going on? He said Aaron better win convincingly or slow her roll. Oh, she will, man. I think she'll pull it off. I think she will. But if it is competitive, like I said, then it's gonna be time to pump the brakes. And she only 23, so Brian Williams said JJ has the tools, but has to believe she's better and go out and beat Aaron down. If we see JJ with that dog mentality, she picks up the W convincingly. Yeah, if she got the dog, but I know Aaron got it. We all know Aaron got that cold blooded in her. Dan ever said Aaron's gonna take her down to the gulags. Yeah, Aaron ain't no joke, man. She ain't never been like, she's had some close fights, but Aaron's not really like a slouch. Like, you can't really pump that girl when she fighting. You know what I mean? Like, I thought, yeah, Tracy Cortez, that was a good fight. Tracy's scrappy. Yeah, I give her the edge. It was a close fight. But even in that fight, Aaron's never really been in a fight where she been getting punked. She mauled out Brogan Sanchez. She knocked out Victoria Leonardo before Miranda, Manon, and all of them did. She been on it. Aaron been a dog. So, yeah, when she got Leonardo with that head kick back in the day, I was like, oh, snap. She did that before all of them. So, Aaron's, she a beast. She is. Yeah, Zama Juju. I don't know, man. Juju, I don't think it was that serious. Okay, so Corinne Silva and Poliana Botelho. I know BJ told me earlier he got Poliana Botelho in this one. Let's take a look at some stats here. How long has it been out? How long has she been out? Poliana Botelho. Let's see. My girl Poliana Botelho. She cool. I talk to her on IG. Just ready to see her back in the mix. Let's see. Poliana Botelho, 33. She's 8-4. She's on a 2-fight losing streak right now. That's danger right there, man. That's dangerous. That's dangerous right there. I'm not even gonna lie. Poliana Botelho, she might be coming in here heated. Let's not, we can't get it twisted now. These fighters, when they're going losing streaks, if they ain't getting beaten down and they losing decisions like this, they come in dangerous. She dropped the decision to Jillian Robertson and Luana Carolina, and that Carolina fight was close. So I think she heated about this. She trying to come in here and get some W's quick because this flyweight division is growing. She can't fall behind. Poliana Botelho been out for over a year now. She's been out for over a year. So it's time to make a mark. All right. So 2-fight losing streak for Poliana. Last win was Lauren Mueller about 2 years ago. She coming in here against the Contender Series winner, Corinne Silva, young buck, 28. This girl strong. She tough. Yeah, like Wildest Moment said, she's got 100% stoppage. Percentage on her resume here. I'm just kind of scanning through, which, of course, there's levels to it. All right. Just like with Taylor Santos, Taylor Santos got a lot of finishes early in her career, right? But that kind of changed when she stepped into the UFC because, early on, you're gonna be knocking people out if you that good and that person is not on your level. You got to knock people out to put your name in the mix, right? So yeah, I think that her stoppage is legit for where she was at, but when you get into the UFC, it's going to be a little bit harder because though she has a lot of finishes, she's been finished 3 times in her career. You know, she's been around for a minute since 2013. First fight, she got knocked out. All right. Fought for AFC a lot, beat a lot of competition AFC. Marina Moreau submitted her way back in 2014. Okay. Been submitted again in 2017. You know, since then, you know, she's going on her nice little win streak. I saw that fight with what's her name? Simone de Silva. Simone de Silva, she's a boxer turned MMA fighter. She's not really like a big name. I think that's like the one name I know because I know Amanda Serrano beat her. I think it was in boxing. I can't remember, but she's a boxer turned MMA fighter. So she doesn't have a great deal of names. That Contender Series fight, it was competitive, right? So there's still something out to prove for her. I mean, unlike you, Zami, I know you're going to try to say, oh, she trash. But no, like these fighters, they still got a level to get to. So, I mean, she may not be UFC level, but we're going to see what she can do in here, right? We're going to see what she can do. I mean, she showed a nice stand-up game. You know, she was pretty, I'll say she was more so too calm on her back. You know, she didn't really go into panic mode when that, what is that girl's name that she fought? Let's see. High Five says Silva almost got stopped by the Chinese fighter before the head choke. Yeah. What was her name? Let me go ahead and pull her name up. I mean, that woman was diesel though, man. You see how she looked? I mean, she had a lot of people in question. What's her name? Q-Hee Yan? Because she came, whoever she was fighting came in there jacked. I mean, y'all can see the fight. You know, I'm just saying, like, it was a lot of things to question about. That girl was huge. Some people saying she need to be tested. I'm just saying. Because I mean, from a distance, you see her, you'd be like, well, who is this? Corinne Silva's fighting. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think a lot of people come in there that natural looking. You know me, but my radar was kind of. I mean, yeah, my radar was kind of up on that fight. I'm gonna go ahead and post a link in here so y'all can check it out. Yeah, that girl's kind of. Some people thought she was kind of suspect, yo. You know, I'm just saying. Corinne Silva, yeah, she was having trouble on her back. That lady was, you know, putting a lot of heavy ground and pound on her, you know, and she's coming full force at her, took her down pretty hard. But that second round, she did lock in with a guillotine as she tried to pick her up like she was Andrade, and you know, Silva landed that. She got around with that guillotine, and she made a big mistake and got choked out. So kept her finish rate at 100%. And that's what you got to do. You know, that's what you got to do as a fighter, you know, always find a way to win. So she's stepping her level up. We'll see if she can do like Taylor Santos. I'm not really looking for her to go in here finish. I think she just needs to go in here be dominant. You know, Pauline Botelho, she just needs to get a victory, you know, to stay in this mix. Y'all can see here in this picture, Pauline got some size. You know, she got the height. But Corinne's not small. You know, she's not a small fighter. See, Ravioli said it. Ravioli said it. I mean, I'm just saying, man, that she was huge. And not even the size, you know, just kind of like the look of her, man. I was like, from a distance, if she didn't have that top on, you would say, wow, you know, who is this person that Corinne is fighting? Mm? And you know, I'm always, you know, I'm looking for a fair fight. I don't want to see that happen to anybody going there fight somebody, you know, juiced up, or fighting somebody that, you know, is not of their gender, right? I'm just saying. Hang on, let me pull this thing up. Let me take a look at a little bit of Corinne Silva here. I was looking at one of her fights, and she broke this one girl's arm. I'm gonna show y'all that too. I mean, we could say it's levels, but there's a level of brutality to Corinne Silva. I mean, that's why they call her a killer, right? So this fight here from 2 years ago, big fighter, had size on her. Corinne's jiu-jitsu was in place in this one. This was a 1-round finish I'm looking at. She did some nice fighting in her guard. The thing is, when somebody's on top of her, she's kind of into getting hit with the ground and pound. Like, she's kind of looking for submission. And, that can be dangerous. Y'all remember how Melissa Gatto was in there, right? Melissa Gatto was looking more for submissions. And that's why, Cortez always had that top position on her. So when she's looking for these submissions on the ground and she don't get it, she'll be in trouble. See, this fight here, she actually got it. And she extended this girl's arm. I'm going to put the link so y'all can watch this fight against this girl, Roca. Oh, wow. She mangled this girl's arm. Broke the girl's forearm. So here's another fight from her. So there's a level of brutality to Corinne Silva. We'll see what it looks like on the UFC level. And with Corinne Silva's ground game coming into play, Poliana Botelho might be in trouble on the ground. I'm going to put it that way. She might be. She might be in trouble if she can't keep this fight standing. If it stays standing, I think it'll be 50-50, and we're going to get some action here because they both throw bombs. I mean, Poliana Botelho has some powerful kicks. She throws a lot of nice kicks. And Corinne Silva, she's got a nice right hand. Corinne Silva throws a money right hand right on the chin. She's a good striker. I think she's a good striker. And when it gets on the ground, there's a lot of recklessness in there. So I think we're going to get a good fight, man. This one, I think there might be blood in this fight before you see it in the Aaron and JJ fight. Yeah, BJ said, yeah, Poliana Botelho, her takedown defense hasn't really been good. The way Jillian Robertson took her down in that fight, I was like, man, come on. Come on. Yeah. Marcus said that she's a black belt BJJ, but has trouble on the ground. Yeah. That's the one thing I noticed. I was like, she kind of depends more on her Muay Thai. She kind of likes to do this, she likes to attack the body and she likes to fight in those Thai clinches. But when it comes to the ground, somebody like Jillian Robertson can overpower her. Jillian exhausted her in that fight. I thought she was close to getting stopped. And I was like, man, like, she cannot stop these takedowns for nothing. She is really like showing who the better black belt was. And that's Jillian Robertson, right? Luana Carolina, that fight also kind of put me in question. She had a fighter that didn't really have power kind of get to her and win that fight. It was a split decision, but still, she couldn't beat her convincingly. Who do I see winning in this fight, though? One's got something to prove, trying to make a statement in their first official fight. And then you got Poliana Botelho, who needs to crack the 2-fight losing streak. Oh, man. I like Poliana, but I think Corinne might get this. So, Zaman, who you got? So, you ready to eat crow in this one, Zaman? Because I know you said that Corinne's an awful fighter. So, if she's bad, he going with Poliana Botelho. Okay, he was quick on that. Okay, all right. Be prepared for some crow, man. Look, if she lose, I'll eat it because this is kind of a toss-up because they both got a lot to prove here. But I think Corinne Silva got a killer instinct about her. It could get her stopped. She could get a little reckless in there. I see some recklessness in her other fights, but she always pulls it out. You know, she been submitted about 5 years ago, but since then, I think she's been improving. We'll see if that layoff has done anything to Botelho. Won't be a good look on Silva if she gets finished by somebody who's been out for over a year, right? Ernest Richards said Poliana Botelho cannot wrestle. Yeah, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. That's why she can't stop these takedowns. I like Poliana, but I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Corinne. Let me see here. Derek Bailey, what's going on? Derek Bailey in the building. He got Silva. I got Haney tomorrow night too, man. Cambosa's getting on my nerve, Derek. Cambosa's been getting on my nerves, man. Straya in the building. Straya, Cambosa's getting on my nerves. You know me, man. I'm like, I want to just see a good fight, but he's just been kind of agitating me a little bit. I gotta give Haney a lot of props, man, because he had to go overseas, got to go to Australia, had to go without his father. They finally let his father come through. Finally got his visa. At the last minute. Even the rematch is gonna be in Australia, so it's crazy, man. So if Haney can go over there and do what like Errol Spence did to Kilbrook, that'll be big. That will be big. I'm gonna give Haney a lot of props there. And also in the fashion how he does it. All right, y'all, we got like 21 people. Make sure y'all hit that like before we jump to this next fight. Straight said I'm taking Silva. Yeah, I gotta go with Silva in this one, man. Like I said, I like Poliana Botelho. If she win, I'll be cool with that too. But even if she win, he says she gonna look horrible. Oh boy. Okay, we'll see, man. We will see. We gonna see, man. Like she didn't look. Like I said, she didn't look great. She didn't look like a world beater in that contenders fight. No, not at all. But I like the way she was able to overcome adversity. Like she never stops trying to fight. That's where I think a lot of people slip up with her. It's a big deal, Zaman, whenever the foreigner, like in Cambosis's his position, somebody like him continues to whine about it. They continue to whine about it. They make a big deal, even with the rematch clause. Like, even if Haney wins, they still have to fight there. So that is a problem. That's why it's a big deal, because when you whine about it and try to make it like, oh, I should be fighting here because I'm this popular, and you ain't that popular, right? You ain't that popular. So why, because you win one fight, do you get to call all these shots all of a sudden? And even same with the rematch. I think the rematch should go to, you should fight wherever the winner is from, right? The second fight should be, okay, if Haney wins, it should be in the States. But no, even if Haney wins, we still have to cater to this fighter, right? Yeah, that's why it's a big deal when you have to whine about it and be a diva about the situation. Haney's the one with the bigger following, in my opinion. And the reason you do have a lot of foreigners fight here, because you have to go where the star power is, which is here in the States. So if you want to fight the best fighters, then you need to come here, right? That's how I see it. If you want to fight the best fighters, like Roy Jones used to say back in the day, he didn't want to go overseas because they cheated him out of the Olympics. Do your history. That's how it is. Some of these guys go overseas, they be ready to cheat them. And I already talked to some fighters. Hey, I got this stuff on tape, and on camera, where they tell me that if you go overseas, you will be cheated. That's what the big deal is. All right. That's what the big deal is. Americans, when they go over, like, fight Muay Thai fights, it's already in. It's already in for them to lose. Judges got to go by the rules of somebody winds up missing. Let me just put it that way. That's why nobody wants to deal with that. I've already had this verified. You know what I mean? So I've already had that clear. So I was like, shoot, if I was a fighter, shoot, I'd be doing my best to fight here then. Because those judges and those referees, shoot, promoters over there. But everybody know, the talent, the fighters here, the ones that have the big attraction, they're here. Errol, he had to bite down and go to fight Kell Brook. Okay, yeah, Kell Brook got a bigger following, so Errol in that situation, he had to, you know. Well, for the most part, look, Zam, now not everything is fair, but for the most part, somebody ain't gonna wind up missing. For the most part, you won't really hear about nobody winding up missing. See, if you go over there and fight some of these other fights over there in like these countries, you already know what can happen. And like I said, I'll just leave it at that because I've already been told. Straight said Campos has got that come and punch. Come and punch me. Look about him. I don't like him much at all. Called himself Australia's best ever boxer. Yeah, we know he ain't best ever boxer. He ain't best ever boxer. No. I like what he did with Teofimo because I can't stand Teofimo either. Can't stand Teofimo's attitude. But Teofimo got what he deserved. But now Kambosos is kind of playing that same mentality. So let's see him bring those belts back. All right. I'm going with Silva. Who do y'all got? I'm going with Silva in this fight. All right. Paulina Botelho. Not saying she don't have a chance, though. I want her to come out over aggressive. I mean, he definitely ain't got the he definitely don't impress me even like, Costa Zoo. You know what I mean? Like he could box. He had some power to him. Like Kambosos, he's a grinder. He's tough, but I'm still trying to figure him out. Like he just put himself on the map with this one win. Ulysses Silva. Okay, Silva. He's got Silva. Okay. All right. So Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Felice Herrig. Felice Herrig, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, 2 rematch to their fight like 4 years ago. This might be a good fight. I think with these fighters not having much to lose, and they actually have a lot of people pushing for them. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of this fight because I just think there's a lot of damage in between both of them. But between their fan bases, there's actually been a lot of people pushing, for these ladies, even on their IGs and social media. They actually want to see them fight. I mean, maybe if it's like I said, like I did a video, if it's a farewell fight, then I'm cool with that. Because I really don't see, even if somebody knocks the other fighter out, I don't really see either fighter in this situation going off to fight anybody on a Ebos or Lemos level. Let's see here, because there's an article. Well, this is a recent interview that hold on. Okay, here it is. All right, so Felice Herrig, she kind of seems like she's in the mindset of this being her last fight, just a little bit, because she does leave it open. She said that if she does lose, then she'll know that it's time for her to close this chapter in her, in this part of her life, right? So I think she's more in the mind frame of this might be it, which is crazy, right? Because I've been saying Karolina's kind of like the one that should kind of be in that mindset, because who suffered the harder losses in y'all's opinion? I think it's easy to say Karolina has. Karolina's the one that's got like 5 crushing losses. So you would think it's her, but it's actually Herrig that's kind of like, what she said, if I don't win, there's something else for me because I've been fighting for 20 years. Let's see. So for me, I have nothing left to prove in the game. She said, if I go out like that, it's like whatever, but I don't have the desperation anymore. Like I have to win. If I get cut from the USC, I get cut from the UFC. Okay. So she kind of like the one just taking it like as it comes now. So with that being said, I mean, if you look at Carolina's actually been looking the part like she's trying to tighten up. She's been up in there with ATT, trying to tighten up on her game, work on her striking, her strategy. Like the one thing with Carolina, I could just say, like, if she spent time and time improving on is just her style of striking as far as defense and moving her head, I think she would be able to last a little bit longer, right? I think she would be able to stay in there a little bit longer, but that's what's kind of taking her down harder than you see even like Felice Herrig. But I think this is a fight where they probably are going to go in and try to give it their all, especially with Felice. But Felice up in here trying to act up like she in the tough house again. So I don't know, man. I was like, when the fighters act like this, I'm just looking at the weigh-in again, and before I got on here, and Felice up here acting like she big dog or something, and trying to avoid the handshake. You know what I mean? Like it ain't like when Corinne and Poliana did it, when they didn't shake hands, it was more like just a tense thing. Like, okay, it's a competitive thing. It was a mutual stare down and a mutual non-handshake. But Carolina put her hand out there. Carolina don't seem like a bad person. Like Carolina seemed okay. Carolina put her hand out there, and Felice just kind of like did that little snub. I was like, okay, I want to see Carolina. Now I'm rooting for Carolina. I honestly don't want to see Carolina fight anymore because I think she suffered a lot of damage, but I want to see her go in there and give it her all now. I want to see her look improved. I want to see her go in there and put that work on Felice now. Like I said, sometimes when you see fighters don't do the handshake, you put the hand out and they snub you like that. I'm like, oh, okay, come on. Y'all older, y'all mature now. You should be acting older than this. I know it's the fight game, but you got to be respectful. But that makes me just want to see Carolina turn it up even more if this is going to be her last fight. Let's see here. Some say KK has new motivation, it seems, especially since going ATT. You got KK. Straight said, I'm not sure KK should be in the cage at all, but if it's only a retirement fight, she don't get hurt, I suppose that it's okay. Yeah, I guess. I hope she wins now. Margaret said, if Carolina wins, her contract will be renewed to fight 5 more. Oh, please no. Please no. Maybe this is like Amir Khan and Kilbrook. Maybe this is a farewell fight like Amir Khan and Kilbrook. Well, Kilbrook got his eye socket broken 2 times. And, Carolina's had hers broken, right? She's got the metal plate in her cheek now, right? That is, that's something to think about. Yeah, MJ said she hopes that karma slaps Felice in the sunset. She's too arrogant. Yeah, she came up in there arrogant. I was like, okay, the one thing we can always say about Felice Herrig is physically, she's always in great shape. Physically. But that physicality don't win you fights. Like, if anything, Felice Herrig could go off and be, one of the fitness models of the female bodybuilders. I don't know if the bodybuilders like the big ones, but she could definitely be like a fitness model, right? She definitely always strives on keeping her physique to a certain standard, which I definitely respect that about Felice, right? But when it comes like the grind time and the fight, seemed like her attitude would be little all over the place sometimes with it, with the arrogance. That's why, she is on a 3-fight losing streak right now. I mean, her dedication to staying fit, that's one thing. But when it comes like to the fighting game, she's always been at a certain level, right? I mean, I'm just looking at the resume, right? I'm not making this stuff up. It's always been just in that C and B level, sometimes B, mostly C. She lost to Paige, lost to Carolina. Who else did she lose to? I remember in the Tough House, Randa Marcos submitted her quit in one round. So her level of focus has always been just. She had beat Alexa Grasso though. I'm surprised about that. She got a win over Alexa Grasso. So she can show up depending on who the person is and depending on how their style fits with her. So she is a pretty decent stand-up fighter. And, she's only been finished one time in her career. And she hasn't taken as much damage. So she could go in there and possibly dominate if Carolina isn't back. If Carolina isn't back and improved. So not really one I'm invested in. And like I said, wanting to see either one of them go off and try to do anything big after this. I just want to kind of see them play it out. But yeah, I always got to give it to Felice as far as her physique. She's always in that type of shape. But I want to see Carolina snap that 5-fight losing streak. I really do, man. I want to see her snap it, man, because I think she's really trying, but it just hasn't been hitting her mindset that this is what you need to change. Like it's still like she doesn't know what she needs to change. She still keeps fighting with the same style, leading with her head, and then you wonder why you lose. So there's got to be somebody telling her, this is your problem. Your head's not moving. Stop leading with your face. Stop trying to brawl. Work behind your straight punches more. Be patient, and some victories will come to you. But even like with Andrade, like that was a crash and burn right there. Ever since that fight, hadn't scored a win yet. Grasso took her apart. And then Jan Janan, that was just like the icing on the cake when it came down to, really damaging her face, just leading with her face in there. So I hope a lot of what she's been doing with ATT is changing. As I'm saying, hey, maybe ATT will turn into Orlovsky. We'll see. We'll see. Asking a lot. I'm just saying here. Mojo said, I'm rooting for Carolina to win and hopefully not take too much damage. Yeah, I am rooting for her to win. I hate to see somebody go out with 5 losses like that, man. 5 losses, hard losses. Yeah, Coach, I'm serious, man. You're going to snap that 5-fight losing streak, man. Like, I know how that probably feels for her. She thinking about it. She like, man, like, who can I beat? Maybe if I revisit this fighter I fought 4 years ago, maybe that'll be doable. Man, because that would be good for her. Maybe after that she can kind of come to peace with it. Straight said if KK gets hit on that eye metal plate, she might fold up a bit. We'll see how she reacts at some point. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Felice is a pretty good stand-up fighter. She has good hands, like good enough hands, I think, to work certain parts like that. She pretty solid striker for somebody that doesn't really have great defense. So I'm hoping that Carolina's main game plan this fight is to have a much better approach on how to get hit. I mean, how to avoid getting hit, not getting hit. But yeah. Marcus said, and with Felice Herrig losing the page, doesn't make it any better to pick Felice. Yeah, that's true. Because I think, Carolina does have better hands even at this point than Felice. But, I think Paige was taking her down, right? Was Paige taking her down in that fight and working her? James said if Carolina would have continued being legit like she once was, I would be a fan for sure. Would root for her against any strawweight. Used to like her, but she's not as legit as a fighter anymore. Yeah, I was kind of hoping she'd go in there and beat Joanna at the time. You know, Joanna was kind of getting on my nerves, you know, with all that talk. But I want to see Carolina put some work in. And I was kind of rooting for Carol. Where was I rooting for Carolina? That fight. I know TJ probably get mad. I think I was rooting for her against Claudia too. Was I rooting for her against Claudia? I can't remember. I was just watching. I was just saying that to get under TJ's skin. I mean, I would like to see. I felt bad for Caroline when she lost that fight because she was crying when she lost that fight to Claudia. Yeah, Felice is all about fitness and being in shape, not good at fighting. A lot of girls might be going to WWE, Paige Van Zant's AEW now. Yeah, I was about to post up a picture of Paige because I was watching that the other day, and she was actually, you know, enjoying herself wrestling. I mean, that's where she needs to stay. That's where she needs to stay. AEW is where she needs to stay. So Laredo, yeah, Valerie Laredo is supposed to be going to WWE, huh? Well, I mean, it's safer for them to a certain extent. I mean, you still get, you know, punished in wrestling, but it's not like beat downs. So if you need to find another lane where you can make money and that's your look that wins fans over, I think wrestling fans are more I think they're more welcoming of women like that because we know that MMA is serious. You know, wrestling, of course, you got to learn how to do those tricks and everything, but there's still like a storyline to it where you're not going to get hurt. But the game of AEW, WWE, that's another thing. But so Paige goes over there, stay there. Valerie Laredo, I think she should stay over there too, you know, because I don't know if she's ever going to reach a level to beat Juliana Velasquez or Denise Killholtz and fighters like that. That's just my honest opinion. But could she make more money than these other fighters? Yes. Like if you go over to WWE, of course. Of course. And then you won't have to worry about, you know, getting getting choked out anymore for real. Unless it's in the storyline. Let's see, Carolina. Yeah, Carolina, anyone to beat JJ. Um, Jay James Press said, yeah, Paige Van Zandt would do good in AEW. Looks good and will pick it up quick in promos. Yeah, you know, yeah, she should just be in that lane. Closer said, how do you think that fight gonna go with Pacheco and Fabian? That's gonna be a good stand-up fight. I hope that Fabian can make weight this time so she can get back into competition. You know, because she won that fight against Bud, right? But she was considered the loser of it because she missed weight. She couldn't advance. I think she was like what -1 point. Um, but you know, Pacheco is a monster right now. But I think Fabian does have the size and the reach to deal with that. And I think this is the type of style that Fabian's been wanting. Like Fabian don't really want to wrestle. Like she's a big, long, strong striker. So if she can keep range in it, she can slow the pace down. Pacheco wants to explode and get you out of there. So Pacheco could walk into something, but I want to see how Fabian can react to a Pacheco right hand or left hand. So I think this is probably a good style matchup for, you know, just entertainment. Definitely looking forward to that fight. More so than Kayla Harrison Bud. I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison against Julia Budd at this point. I just think Kayla Harrison's got the athleticism and strength, and she can take her down. I don't know if Bud's boxing can hang to get the respect. I don't know. I don't think so. After how she kind of gassed out that last fight, I don't know about that. Yeah, Pacheco's got a ground game. Yeah, she got a ground game. She been liking to go in there and knock a lot of people out as of lately, right? She been trying to get some finishes. So yeah, if need be, she'll switch it up. I definitely see that. But other than that, like I think she'll be looking to get him out because she's on a warpath right now. She ain't trying to make boring. She ain't trying to make boring fights. you know. All right, y'all still got like 21 people. Hit that like. Hit that like. Maybe I'll give out a link if somebody wants a link. Guy named BJ in the building. If he wants a link, if he want to give his take on some things going on. But like I said, all this other stuff going on in the fight game, I might talk about tomorrow. But let's cover a couple of things here real quick because I still want to talk about Tanisha and her fight coming up. I'm gonna do that tomorrow on another live. Let's see. We got coming up Jessica Panay. She just cannot get a fight right now, right? Like, how many times has her opponent changed? Let's see. All right, Jessica Panay. I think they're telling us. I think it's telling us something. I think the universe is saying, "Yo, Jessica, you don't need to fight no more." No, I'm just playing. Because after her win last year against Carolina, they tried to get her to fight Luana Pinheiro, but that fight got canceled a couple times. Brianna Fortino was going to step in, but Brianna is out again because Brianna had 2 cancellations, right? I think hurt both times of her. So now, good news. Good news. Oh, he said his show's on that. All right. Yeah, so we got some good news though. They did the next best thing. Brianna Van Buren, she was a former Invictus strawweight champion. They do the next best thing and they signed the current one, Emily Ducote. All right, so Emily Ducote is in the building now. I've been kind of waiting for them to sign her. Y'all know I've talked about that a little while back in a video. I always kind of thought that there was going to be a point where her hard work was going to pay off and they were going to give her a chance. I know she ain't like, she never really like blew a lot of people away, but I have to give Emily Ducote a lot of credit. Like she's been fighting. She's been fighting, like, I mean, just consistently fighting since she started her career. And she's been one to just take on anybody. She's been around that Extreme Organization, Bellator, Invicta, now to the UFC. And I guess she's ready to test her skills out. Why not? How old is she? 28. So for 28 years old, she's kind of been like a, what's the word? Like, people understand, like, they think when somebody has a number of losses, like she's 11-6, they think it's over or like this person's already reached their height. But she's only 28. And I think when she started fighting, I want to say back in like 2014, 2015, that was a time for her to build that experience, so she's been seeing different looks. She's fought like a lot of people that everybody from Ali Malay, what's her name, Bruno Vargas, what was that girl's name, Artiaga and Bellator, so she's been like really racking up experience. And that's the type of experience I've been saying a lot of fighters need. They need to go in there and take a few wins, take a few L's here and there, and fight fighters that are better than you to understand what you're doing wrong. So Emily Ducote, to me, she's going to be bringing something to the UFC that I think strawweights need. A lot of these strawweights don't have this type of resume that she has. I think a lot of people say, well, she's already fought this level and lost here in Bellator, lost here against wasn't it Kanaka Murata and Invicta. They think it's over. But like I said, no, they learn from that. These are learning experience. You can just L's, they learning experience. So I think, Emily Ducote definitely has a good chance to climb the top 10. I mean, we'll see what she looks like against Panay first. Because Panay, I know she's 40 now, but about 39. Yeah, she's 39. I think she's still bringing a level of, her veteran skills into the table. Who did she beat? Oh man, that Loopy fight. I thought Loopy won that one, but she got a first round finish over Carolina. So this is kind of a good step for Emily Ducote. She's beating somebody that's a veteran, but it's not too much of a crazy test. But if she can walk through somebody like this, then yeah, I'll definitely, tell y'all for sure. Look, Ducote can break into this top 10. I think style wise, Ducote, she's got a good. Hold on. There we go. I think she has a good. She's been building a good, well-rounded skill base. Her takedown defense has gotten better. Her timing, very good timing, very good at keeping range. Good counter striker, So I think that's going to be some big keys going into this fight against Jessica Panay. To me, I think momentum of Emily Ducote, whether we can say, okay, she didn't fought UFC level fighters or not. No, well, she fought some former fighters, like Danielle Taylor, knocked her out. That don't come with that's not a fluke. Those type of knockouts aren't flukes. She was really setting them shots up. Some people will say Elisa Zapatella was too small, which she was, but she did what she was supposed to do. She stopped that level of a fighter, right? She's fought some former UFC veterans like Juliana Lima, Danielle Taylor. We can argue that Kanako Murata lost that fight if you go back and look at it. So she's got some good names. Alima Lay McFarland, she lost to twice, but you learn from those fights. So my thoughts, I'm glad they did sign her. I'm glad they did sign her. I wish they would sign. Like I said, Tanisha is always that one fighter that they just seem to miss by a good mile. They just act like she ain't there. So I don't know. Let's see, Straya said UFC is on a signing spree. Yeah, Ducote, Chandler, Pudilova, Lisboa, Perez. Yeah, that's the Muay Thai fighter I was talking about. Lisboa, yeah. Hope it continues. Yeah. Yeah, they need to build this bantamweight division up. But in the meantime, you can grab some strawweights like Emily Ducote and build up some veterans from other organizations, because we still need some fighters that's going to be able to kind of round out this strawweight division as some of the old heads get pushed out, because you never know. Like Lemos, if she go in there, dominate Waterson, Waterson might be calling it a day. You never know. Yeah, Panay, you gotta catch her, cycle it off that. Yeah. Danielle Taylor did beat her, right? She was dirty, so yeah. And that's dirty, man. Like, how did she get? Well, how did she get by? They didn't give her that type of punishment. I was like, wow. They started not to, but they did. They gave her that 2 years off, because I was about to say, I was like, they got to give Panay that time. So she did her 2-year sentence. As I'm saying, her counter strike would be a display against a walking punching bag, Panay. Yeah, Panay. And what I always say, target the nose. Like somebody with her striking ability, where to target. So I like this signing. Of course, I ain't going to talk this fight up because it might get canceled. I'm not putting any bad juju on it, but it's not July yet. Fight takes place July 16th, so we'll see. I'm just glad that Emily Ducote's got a contract now. And I thought that's what it meant. When you win your belt, you get signed. But you know what? Emily Ducote got her belt. She defended it once, and she got signed. Tanisha Tennant, she got a fight coming up. She won her belt. If she can defend against Olga Rubin, Maybe she'll get signed, right? All right. So speaking of bantamweights, let's talk October 1st. Still got a ways to go with this one too. I'm not really in a rush to get to October because that's a fall, and I ain't really a fall fan or cold weather fan. I'm trying to get this summer cracking, man. It ain't even officially summer yet, so I'm not trying to look too far ahead to October. I'm just being real. Like sometimes I can't stand seeing fall announcements because I don't like cold weather. Don't like it. The older I get, I don't like cold weather. Yeah. October 1st, we got Leah Letson making her return against newly signed Chelsea Chandler. All right. So, yeah, this is another one I like. Y'all know I've been talking about Chelsea over here. I said, hey, look, she wants to be a featherweight. Maybe the UFC might sign her, or maybe she needs to go to Bellator. But UFC, they offered a contract up. Chelsea signed on. Hurley and Letson, they throwing down, but get this. The fight is going to be a 135. Why? Again, this is another missed opportunity for a featherweight division. Because y'all know after Chelsea Chandler won her fight the other week for Invicta, she was saying, like, if the UFC needs people, sign me, which they answered the call. She was like, sign me because, the featherweight division doesn't really have anybody. All you had was Norma and Macy Chiasson, right? So she was hitting around like, yeah, if you sign me, I'll fight at 145, right? So they sign her. But again, they're making somebody squeeze down to 135. Like, I like this signing, but that's the only thing for me that just has me always disappointed in the UFC's direction here. Like, even for Leah Letson, like, you got a featherweight right here. Leah Letson is a featherweight. I know Leah Letson's been on a different diet. She's been working. She's been cutting that weight down. But can she really squeeze down to this weight, 135? She's got 4 months to work, but still, I don't know. Or technically she got 3 months because the fight's first week of October. But no, like 3 months, man, that ain't no. Like, I know that's some time, but I think that's still going to affect performances here. Look, I know they're trying to build this bantamweight division, but you just signed a bunch. You got a lot of bantamweights you can fill this division with. You don't really need to go ahead and try to make featherweights. You'll give these featherweights to go ahead to try to squeeze down to 135. But we'll see. I don't know. Zama said Tennant needs to finish Ruben. Yeah, I agree on this one. I think this time she needs to do what Julia Budd did. She need to, like, hit that body, finish her, or she need to cut her up and stop her. Yeah. I've been thinking that too. Like, every now and then, I love skills and chess matches, but you got to go in there and you got to work it. You got to go in there and you do got to stop some people. I mean, if she beats her by a decision too, like a dominant decision, they still need to sign her. Zama said Chandler's a natural bantamweight. Oh, come on. Like, she packs power at 145. All right. Come on, Zama. Zama, you get that emotional. See, if you said I can meet you now, like, do you get that emotional where you just can't? Come on, man. Like, you rather keep on just saying that stuff and just come on, just you can't hold a conversation without being childish. You can't hold a conversation without being childish all the time. She is not a natural bantamweight. She's been fighting a featherweight, and that's where she's been looking good. That's where she's been getting finishes at. And I'm gonna keep it right there this time. You know, I chose to do it the other one because you were being childish on that. But see, you be asking for it. You be asking for it. You just don't. You just don't be. Come on. Keep it. Just be an adult here. How hard is that? No, TJ. She still has a cut down. She still has a cut down to get to 145. And her fighting at 145, you see the power. Oh, hang on one sec. Okay. Yeah, because if you look at her fights when she's fighting 145, that's where she looks her strongest. Okay, you good? Okay. Well, that's good that you good because, like I said, come on, man, just be an adult for a little while. I'm not asking that much, am I? Well, not just power, TJ, but she also has the strength. Because if you look at some of her past fights, she still looks in shape. Like I said, what is your definition of just shape? What is a fighter shape, though? What is fighting shape? Because you still have to think of what these fighters have to cut down to get there. Like, you really don't know these fighters' bodies like that. You know, these are still women and how they have to cut the weight. That's still hard on them. Cutting down to 135. And if she wants to be at 145, why would you argue that? Right? Again, there's a difference between just looking at, this person's not in shape. Well, what are you talking about? The fighter shape or just the physical shape? There's a difference. Because even like, let's say if she put on the muscle, it would still be 145. All right. She would still need to be at that weight. Because I'm telling you, that's to be a rough weight cut. You say 135 just because, you see this excess weight. But no. Right. Exactly, TJ. That's what I'm saying. I'm just talking about her fighting at 145, though. Like, her fighting at 145 makes more sense because you won't have rough weight cuts. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying, you know? And yeah, I know she agreed to 135, but what I'm saying is, why isn't the UFC want to make 145? That's the point. So that's what I'm saying, just going around with me just to come back and say, okay, fair enough, right? So you know where I'm coming from. Because again, y'all are talking about physique versus fighter shape. Straight said Lucy Pudilova at 145. No way. I think Lucy Pudilova at 135, they're gonna need her. They're gonna need her there. Excuse me. I would say 125 because when she was at 135, she did lose to some of the mid-rank fighters. Yeah, well, Yeah, you're talking about physique. See, I'm talking about fighting shape. See, I'm talking about if somebody always has to cut down to 135 and it's a rough cut, it affects the fight shape. It affects their performances, you know? So Zama said Lucy Poodle over 145. That's Chelsea Chandler for you. What do you mean, like style wise or skill wise? Because no, like Lucy Poodle was more of a brawler. Like Chelsea Chandler has a ground game and she has a striking game as well. Straight said, I think 145 is going to get cut for long anyway. Well, they need to go ahead and do it. They really need to go ahead and do it because I think Norma Dumont, she's kind of in that point too, where it's like, yo, it's got to go, or tell me something, right? See, Zaman, you really be pushing it, like, oh man, is you be see, you be acting like it's other people, but it's you. You really do. You be pushing it. So, like you said, if you want me to do it, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, like I said, I don't care. Hold on, you got me working tonight. You asked me to do. You asked me to. So yeah, there we go. I don't care. Yeah, I'm chill, but I don't really care. Let's see. Marcus Bell said if Pudilova fights at 145, in which he might be bigger, but in my opinion, skills remain the same with zero changes. Yeah, yeah, like Pudilova, no way at 145. Oh yeah, he got blocked by yours truly. I ain't asking nobody to do that. I'll take care of that one myself. Because when you keep pushing it, you just keep acting childish for real. Like I like to. I don't mind joking, but when you can't, when you just can't have a simple discussion, and it's you. You try to put it on other people all the time. It's you. It's always somebody else's. Oh no, it's right, MJ. Oh yeah, it's right. I mean, Stray said Dumont versus Harrison could be fun. At 155, I don't know. Dumont versus Harrison. Let me see. I don't know. At 155, it might be, but I would have to go with Harrison in that fight. Oh, MJ said she like, well, he ain't blocked. I mean, sometimes you just gotta time, you just gotta time kids out sometimes. So sometimes you gotta make somebody stand in the corner. That's all. Like I said, when you start talking about fighters and you just calling them names, that's when you gotta stand in the corner. But I mean, he push it. Hey, he be gone, and ain't nobody stopping me when I push it. You gone for sure. That's why I said like, yeah, I'll be patient with you, but hey, you know what I mean? Like, you gone, you gone. I told you, BJ. Look at that. Look at the picture, man. Botelho is huge, man. She is huge, man. Poliana Botelho got some size to her. But I don't know if that's going to help her takedown defense. I'm just saying. Let me see here. I'm just looking at some. I'm just pulling up these other stare downs here because I was trying to find that Carolina and Felice one here. He said Norma almost got KO'd, almost KO'd Macy Chase on. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. She almost had her out. She just didn't capitalize. And you know, Chase on held on that last round. Yeah, Kayla Harrison beats. Yeah, I think Kayla Harrison would beat Norma Dumont at 155 because she kind of took her foot off the gas in that fight. So I would have to go with yeah, I would have to go with Kayla in that fight. Stray said Aaron looked soft at the weigh-in, made me think she might be complacent and overconfident. I hope not. I hope not. And that's the thing. That's why I said, like, the more I look at it, I'm starting to get a little bit more. I'm giving a lot of respect to JJ Aldrich. You know, I've been giving her a lot of respect, and I give her more of a chance, definitely, man, because she's really been working on everything. She's always been working, staying focused. But I hope Aaron just don't think this is a situation where she can just go in there and think it's gonna be easy to take her down. But I don't know. Maybe, like I said, we're looking too much into the weigh-in. Because other than that, you know, she's been working. Like, there's no need to get overconfident now, especially when you just lost your rank. I mean, when like she got beat, but you know, she got knocked out of the rankings. So she wants to stay on it. I hope she ain't overconfident. And she never really been one to be too ripped. Bipolar said, who's Jessica Panay fighting? She's fighting Emily Ducote. No, straight, you know, Carolina and Felisa fight. Jessica Panay is fighting Emily Ducote. Yeah, yeah, I agree with James Prez on that. Like Aaron, she always had kind of that smooth look. It was never she never really was like ripped. You know, she's not really like, excuse me, built like she doesn't really come in muscular like Miranda or you know like Manon. Not that type of physique. I think she has more of that like kind of like Casey O'Neill, you know, that that type of physique at 125. Yeah, because the first when you said soft, I thought you meant she was looking soft, like she wasn't confident, but you meant physically. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But I do think it's going to be more competitive the way JJ's been improving over the past few years. Brian Bipolar said Emily's getting destroyed. I don't know about that. I don't see I don't see Emily getting destroyed by excuse me by Jessica Panay. Nah, I don't see that happening, man. I don't see that happening. I thought Loopy beat her in that fight. Not much to really go off of, right? Because she got that close win. which a lot of people think she didn't win. And then that fight against Carolina, that wasn't really like a big fight. Yeah, Dakota, her striking, I think, is too good, and I don't think Panay's defense is that sharp. I mean, I can see her trying to get it to the ground. That's Panay's best chance to me. Yeah, Dakota has good striking. Yeah, she's got good striking. So I don't think she's really going to want to stand with her. But if it goes to the ground, that's different. Bipolar said, I thought Panay won against Benitez. Wasn't convincing to me. Obviously, that beautiful straight would definitely land on Panay. Yeah. She's her right now where she's at, her timing and her striking, or I think it's definitely on a level right now where I don't think Jessica Panay's gonna be ready for it. James Press said, I know he's a heavyweight, but you get the point. Some people don't look great physically, but are good fighters. Who's it? What heavyweight you talking about? Oh yeah, Fedor. Yeah. I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying earlier. Fighting shape is different. You know what I mean? Like fighter shape is just on another level than just somebody's physical shape, right? Like we are just talking about with Felice, right? Felice looks great physically, right? But that doesn't win you belts. That just doesn't win you belts. Marcus said Emily Ducote finished someone Jessica Panay fought and went to decision with. Yeah, Danielle Taylor. And I think Emily Ducote fighting those fighters like Alima Lay McFarlane and so on. That's kind of been building her skill set. Like I said, you learn from losses. Hey, Hush, what y'all arguing about? What y'all arguing about? Kayla Harrison, man. What's up? Who said she was gonna lose? TJ was. Let me see. It was probably TJ. Hold on. Y'all got me. You got me curious now. Let me see. Oh boy, TJ, what did you say? That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't that serious, man. Like, what did he say? Like, who said what? Who said what about Kayla? I mean, God, dog it. Yeah, Brian said, chill out, man. He said, chill out. It ain't that serious. Let me see here. That's what I'm saying. What's happening? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said something about Kayla Harrison. Oh. All right. I'm on here, but I'm just looking at this Cambosis Haney weigh-in. Mojo said getting hotter outside, getting hotter inside. Yeah. Yeah. What happened, Colostrum? Who talking about Kayla, man? He said somebody said Kayla. I thought you said, "Oh, Kayla loses because you don't like her." That's what I'm trying to figure out. Y'all getting hot. I tell you, boy, when people get behind keyboards, they get hot. No, I'm gonna go. Bipolar said Emily Dakota is losing. I don't know about that. I'm gonna go Emily in this fight. Yeah, I'll go with Emily Dakota in this one. Colostrum said, I apologize. Well, what happened? I mean, if somebody says something, I time him out like I do Zaman over here when he be acting up. Yeah, I was lost. I was looking at this weigh in and I saw, oh man, he said somebody over here arguing about Kayla. I don't even know what happened. Yeah, Australia, this thing is getting heated, man, with Devin Haney and Cambosis. We'll see if all this trash talk works for Cambosis. All right, what y'all talking about? I'm just wrapping that weigh in up for Haney and Cambosis. Let's see. Yeah, I think so too, Mojo. I think she could definitely pull that off. Wait, Brian Williams said nothing actually happened. What? That's what I'm saying. Like, if nothing happened, then yeah, I mean, like, either way, you got to chill out. I mean, if something did, chill out because it ain't that serious. But if nothing happened, I'm like, huh? I'm like, what? Because I'm just looking over this weigh in, and y'all over here talking. I'm like, huh? Straight said any other WMMA cards this weekend. One FC had a fight last night, but I didn't watch. Yeah, One FC had let's see. One FC had what is her name? Not hold on. I had to pull the event up. I just saw some clips of the fight, but I gotta go back and watch it. What was it? What was it? Can't remember. Hold on. Let me pull up my phone. That's a quick way to look at it. There was this fight with one of the girls that was that fought Stan Fairtex a little while back. What is her name? It was one of them early cards for us, 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, Julie Metzer-Barber. Julie Metzer-Barber and Olsen. Yeah, Gentle and Olsen. Yeah, I know them. Brian said Colostrum is cool. He just had a moment. Okay. You apologizing to me. I mean, but who is that? I know that so that wasn't directed to, I know it wasn't directed towards me. I want to make sure. Something, yeah, sounds like Macy Barber. Yeah, Julia Metz or Barbara. Barba. Yeah, meet Julia Metz or Barber. No, not Julia, but Julie. Yeah. Yeah, bipolar. Yeah, Stamp's daughters. Yeah, she beat both of these girls. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I just saw some clips of it. Robot Chicken in the building. What's going on? John Dodson signed a contract for BKFC. Oh, okay. Beck Rollins. Yeah, Beck Rollins got a fight coming up with she got that rematch coming up with Britton Hart. Let's see. Close that. And yeah, Angela Lee, man, I kind of underestimated her going into that stand fight, but I did say if she gets the fight down, she would submit Stamp, and that's what happened. But I overall, I thought Stamp was going to win it because I just thought she was her momentum was good at the time. But I think the better MMA striker, MMA fighter is Angela Lee. Lolia said who won that fight. Hold on. Julie. I want to say Julie Metz or Barbara won, but I haven't watched it yet. I just want to pull the results up. Hold on. Oh no. Jennifer Olsen won. Split decision. What about you? Everyone is Carolina because she's training with JJ. It didn't help her in her last fight. I'm her because she didn't shake Felice's hand. you know, she was just kind of being snooty. That's all for me. But you know, because she gonna have to do a lot. She gonna have to do a lot to get in that. O'Brien Bipolar said he wants to see a trilogy to Angela Lee and Zhang. That was a good fight. Zhang was rocking Angela Lee with some good shots. Beats her again. Like so. Wait a minute. How did the second fight? Angela Lee won the second fight, right? I got to look that up. Angela Lee won that second fight, right? Yeah, she did. Zhang stopped her in the first time they fought. Yeah, and she was rocking her again in that second fight. So Zhang work on her takedown defense. I mean, she got a good chance, but since Zhang's been getting better. Wow, Angela got knocked out by Stamp. Man, Stamp, she could have got her out of there with that body shot. Mm. Efren said Carolina ain't even training with JJ at ATT. Really, she's doing more work with Kayla. Oh, yeah, I just saw her in the background like a couple of times watching, Joanna while Joanna was doing her training. But yeah, I haven't really seen her doing any like specific sparring with her. Blue Blood said JJ Aaron's most interesting WMMA fight on this card. Probably already been said. Yeah, it is. First fight too. So you got to be ready. First fight on the card. Probably call that fight. I probably will. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, I'll be up and I will call that one because that is the most interesting one. But I think Paulina Botelho and Kareem Silva is going to be good too. Well, Felice says she's going to be ready to retire once they get this fight out the way. If she loses, she says she's ready to close that chapter. Yeah, because it could be there. It could very much be time for her to shut it down. I've been saying that about Carolina. Marcus said JJ Aldrich has shown that she's now evolving into a well-rounded fighter. All she needs now is more firepower. With that being said, I'm going with Blanchfield. Yeah, like firepower and an itchy trigger finger. She's got to be able to pull them. She got to be able to pull them shots off. All right. So let's see. James Perez said, y'all seen a picture of Nick Diaz posted of the all-time greats in one picture. No, I haven't. Let me see. I don't even think I follow him. What's it? Yeah, Nick Diaz. Oh, was IG? Was that one's IG, James? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Wait a minute. All-time Grand Slam. Yeah, those are my picks. I'm going Aaron. I'm going Corinne. And you know what? Handshake aside, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with let me see. Yeah, I'm rooting for Carolina, but I think I'm gonna take Felice in this one. I think I am because I think she still got a little bit more to offer. I told you them 5 fights, man, they had me thinking. Straight, you gotta go. Okay, all right. Well, enjoy that Spider-Man movie. He said he loves that superhero genre. Yeah, I ain't really big on it. I ain't really big on like the whole Marvel Universe thing like that. I'm more into zombies. Horror. It takes. Let me see. What is a good like? Yeah, I'm not really big into 'em like that. Of course, kids are. So yeah, got to do what you got to do, Australia. So I'll catch you on the next one. I know I'll be on calling this fight tomorrow. Blanchfield and Aldrich. And then I think way down the card is Carolina and Felicia. I'm not going to call that fight. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, straight. I'm just not big into Spider-Man and stuff like that. Like sometimes, but no, like I like everything on Netflix I'm watching is horror stuff. So MJ said you like Jeepers Creepers and Stephen King movies. Yeah, yeah. I like those movies. I think it was the third one, but I only watched the first two. But yeah, I like a lot of Stephen King's movies. Yeah, Pet Cemetery. What's what are some real ones? Pet Cemetery, Christine, all of that. Uh, Robot Chicken said I watch Walking Dead. Yep, I sure do. All 11 seasons, and it's about to be over now. Robot Chicken said Caroline just looks like she doesn't want to be there when she's losing zero adversity. Yeah, I would like to see her win, like I said, to snap that 5 fight losing streak, but I don't know, man. If I had to pick, I think Felice would probably win it. That first fight was close too. Zama said he's got Carolina, Botelho, and Aaron. Okay. What do you think? Derek said, "Yeah, yeah. Stephen King books are way better. Yeah, they tend to chop out a lot of the good stuff, right? Like that Misery, Misery book is a lot different than the movie. Misery, um, Misery. What else? There's one book I read not too long ago called The Cell by Stephen King. That was different. Um, Derek Bailey said you're not sitting behind the Spider-Man costume. No, I'm sure somebody is in here though. Zama, he probably is. He probably sitting there wearing a Spider-Man costume. Everybody pretty much did Robot Chicken. Like everybody that is not a hardcore. Like I'm pissed off. Well, Rick ain't dead though. Rick is just gone. But when Rick left, yeah, when Rick left and they killed Carl off, that was a stupid idea. I kind of wanted to do a Walking Dead channel so I could just tell them how stupid that was to kill Carl off, but that was really stupid. And I could definitely understand why a lot of people dropped off because that was so stupid to kill Carl off. Like they deserve losing it. They deserve losing viewers when they kill Carl like that. Marcus said, you watch Stranger Things. No, I don't. I actually don't. I watched the one episode of season one, but I think I gotta go back and binge watch it. Zama said he's not American. Who wouldn't have guessed, huh? Who would have thought that? Derek Bailey said Walking Dead. Yeah, Walking Dead. That killed off a lot of people, or that took out a lot of people. And they killed off Carl, and so yeah. Zama wearing a Doctor Doom costume. Yeah, he's sitting back there with his green hood on, pressing them keys like he's trying to press somebody's buttons. But I might, Zama's all right. Like So I'm gonna like to press those buttons. I don't have very many though. Wild Tiger, what's up? How's everybody's Friday going? It's good. It's good. What about yours? Just talking about fights. Now you're talking about shows. Derek Bailey said they have done a lot of questionable things on that show, in my opinion. Yeah, they have, man. They do a lot of crap. I just watch it now because I've been a loyal fan, and I want to see how it ends. It's about to be over. James Press said, "Who's the GOAT in NBA?" Well, since it's not WNBA, WMMA, guess I'll say Jordan. For my era, I'm gonna say Jordan. A lot of people have between LeBron and Jordan, but I'm not gonna keep. I'm not going into that. I mean, if you're trying to lure me into the greatest in WMMA, I'm not falling for it. Runner Reed says Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy, that was good, right? That was a good show. Went back and watched that. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Robot Chicken. That Glenn death was crazy. I knew it was coming though because I read the comics, and yeah, that was crazy. Okay. James Press said, "How old? Older than you think." Not old as some, but older than most. Yeah, he says not a real question. By the way, Wild Tiger says she eating some pizza. That's what I think I need. Trying to think of something to eat right now. Jordan and Kobe, yeah, rest in peace to Kobe. Robot Chicken says, anybody watch Atlanta? I haven't yet. I know some people that have watched it. Not 50s. Close. James Perez. I'll be there someday, like we all will. Robot Chicken says, anyone watch Atlanta? No, I haven't. I heard some good things about it. Is it good? Is that a good show? Atlanta. Yeah, some people say it's good. I think it's like one on three seasons now, 4 seasons, something like that. Won an award. Possibly, James. Yeah, Walking Dead, like I said, yeah, it definitely lost its over the past 10 years. It's definitely lost its magic like that. But um, oh, there's a new show called it's been on Netflix called Kingdom. I think it's what is it? That show. Let me see. Kingdom. Kingdom's a good show. Yeah, it's in like old China. Kingdom's a good show. Like you got the Chinese versus the Japanese at war, and then there's like zombies in the mix. Bluebird said there's gonna be a spinoff with Negan. Yeah, Negan and Maggie. Yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. As soon as the show finishes in October, I think last part of the season is not. I think October something. Is it? Is that what it is? Is it Korean? Because it says hold on. because they're fighting the Japanese too. Because let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is the Korean show. I'm thinking. Yeah. Because I thought it was about those wars where they're yeah, South Korea. Yeah, they're in war with Japan. Kingdom. Yeah, just Kingdom, Derek. That's a good show. Yeah, it's a Korean show. There's a lot of good Korean shows though on there. What's the other one called? Um, Squid Games is a Korean show, right? I like that one. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good shit. They killing America when it comes to shows right now. So on that note, Zaman, US is losing in that factor. Like we got good fighters, Zaman, but like we were talking about earlier, when it comes to shows now, I'm gonna go overseas all day long. When it comes to shows, they're killing it. Overseas is killing it. But when we talking about America when it comes to shows, yeah, we may have some good fighters, and I feel like the best boxers. But when it comes to our shows, man, I don't know. We ain't winning. Korea's killing it with the shows. Canada has some good shows. United Kingdom's got some better shows. We don't have that built. I'll be straight up with that. He said you can call any Asian show Korean and you won't be wrong. And they're all better than our shows. Let me put it that way. That's my thinking. Yeah, All of Us Are Dead. That's another show. Sweet Home. Sweet Home. I watched. I like that one. These are all these Korean shows I've been watching. Um, TJ said Squid Game was all right. I like the pace of it. I don't really watch a lot of action type stuff, but I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. But I like this show Kingdom better though. Yeah, Robot Chicken. Black Mirror was good. Black Mirror is like everybody during the you know how people were a couple years ago with toilet paper. That's a good example of what people are going to be like. Like if you watch Black Mirror, people are going to be like that. Like if there's ever something going down that serious, that's how people are going to be. If you never seen Black Mirror, people really at other people's throats. Gangs of London. I ain't seen that. Yeah, US is overdose on reality shows. Yeah. Derek Bailey said, "What's the name of the Korean zombie show when they're trapped in the building and the zombies are all outside?" Um, I think that's Sweet Home. They're not zombies. They're like all these kind of monsters, though. Yeah, yeah, Derek. That is Sweet Home. There's a movie on Netflix. There's a movie on Netflix that you need to watch. It's about a guy trapped inside with zombies all around, and of course it's Korean. Bipolar said America's garbage. See, there's a lot of things. Look, when you talk about America on certain things, look, I can agree. But when it comes to boxing, I'm like, I think we got that still, but we kind of trailing. So I ain't gonna say we got it on lock for sure because there's a lot of good fighters coming out of everywhere. Definitely not like on lock like that. I'm just saying as far as like popularity. Orange is the New Black. I still haven't watched that. I still haven't watched that show. MJ said, "Yeah, I remember watching Anaconda. Anaconda was good. I have Sleepy Hollow. Yeah. Okay, James Perez said 50, 45, 49, 46. Okay, or so. What fight? What fight, James? What fight we talking about? The main event tomorrow, or let me guess, Valentina and Taylor. Wait a minute. Valentina and Taylor, right? He said, stop playing. He said 50, 45, 49, 46. Oh, you talking about the main event. I'm gonna go Rosenstruck. He said, you know what fight? Valentina. I'm gonna say 49, 46. 49, 46. No, I'm gonna say at least I'm gonna say 3 rounds to 2. What is that? I don't see a KO in her. I don't see a KO in Taylor Santos at all. Yeah, yeah. The mist is good. I like the mist. Yeah, the mist is good. What was another one of his good movies? Uh, TJ over there, Dollar General down there, and you way down there, right? You ever get settled in over there, man? Down there in Florida? Yes, James. I give her 2 rounds. I do. I give her 2 rounds. She's a good fighter, man. Gotta give her 2 rounds. I mean, I don't have to. I don't got to give her 2 rounds, but based off of what I've seen from her, I'm gonna give her 2 rounds. On how many judges scorecards? I think at least 2 judges. I think Taylor Santos is gonna be ready here, man. I wouldn't have put her on my triple threat or whatever list, quadruple threat now for nothing, man. If I ain't believe in her, like I'm gonna give her some. I'm gonna give her a chance. I mean, I ain't gonna blow it out the water. Well, yeah, like you saying, Zaman. Like I definitely don't see somebody on the level of what Shevchenko's been doing for years, but um anybody can make something work for him. All right, anybody can make something work. Oh, TJ said he got to run. All right, he said he settled. Okay. Yeah, I can't pick Volkov in that fight. Somebody's getting finished, and I don't think it's Rosenstruck. Oh, Wild Tiger talking about go to Pena Nunez. Okay, I was about to say you about to go to Singapore because I was thinking of Taylor and Valentina. Okay, I think she got more of a chance than I think she's gonna do more than Lauren Murphy. Okay, we ain't gonna be that type of fight. I think she offers a little bit more than Jennifer Maya. But Jennifer Maya did have that experience to carry her through. But all right. Because I'm gonna say if she wins 2 rounds, like 2 legit rounds, I have to dial it down a bit. I can give her 1 clear round and maybe 1 close round, but 2 rounds for Santos surprised me. Like it won't. I don't see it being like consecutive either. Like I think if anything, if Santos bags any round, I think it's gonna be the first round, right? Because Valentina can start off a little slow, and that's the main round where you can get right. So if you don't think she can at least win the first round, come on, you gotta think at least she get that first round. But maybe she might get down to somewhere like 3 or 4 if like Val was slowing down in like 4 and 5, right? One of those rounds you would probably have to give her. Because we talking rounds now. We're not talking about the fight. That's what I'm saying. You at least got to be able to give a person a round. Because I remember somebody told me like nobody would ever win a round on Valentina. And then I said, I bet you Jennifer Mai will. And she did win a round. And that's all I'm saying is a round. I don't care about the situation. But I said, look, she gonna at least win 1 round. I ain't say she gonna win the fight, but I said she would win a round. I told you she would win a round. Yeah, Wild Tiger, she think it's gonna go 5. Yeah. Yeah, I give her a chance, man. I do. I give her a chance. Wait, Cambosis missed weight. I was looking at it, but I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. See, George Cambosis, he focused on. Oh man, he focused on other stuff here. Fails to make weight. Oh wow. So George Cambosis weighed in 135.36, just over the 135 limit. He has until 12:30 p.m. to shed 140 grams to get under the limit to defend his belts. Campos took off his underwear, stood behind a white towel. As Haney's loud Tehran, look at that. They said, as Haney's loud entourage heckled him from close range. Why they say he had a loud entourage? Why didn't they just say, oh, he was heckling him? Well, I mean, he's the one missed weight. Well, that's ridiculous. Yeah, he's focused on star power. What are 2 things would surprise me? Either Santos winning 2 clear rounds, either Santos does significant damage, put a bit of beating, even if it's just in 1 round. Even if these 2 rounds would surprise me. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like she has a chance to even just do like what Pena did in 1 round. You know what I mean? Like she has that chance to make it interesting for 1 round. Like I've got to give her that. And that might be where Val turns it up in 2 and 3. And if Val slows down, Santos can say, "This is my time to turn it up." It might get another round. But then Val, being the champion that she is, can come back and say, "Nope, I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close any hope up and shut you down." Closer said, "I hope the UFC signs Fatima in the future." Yeah, for sure. Like she's definitely looking like a monster now. I think with Emily Ducote gone, she'll probably become the strawweight champion. Hey, it's T in the building. What's going on? Always good to see T in there. Sneaking in. What's going on? Let's see. Wild Tigers, I wonder, will this be Felice Herrig's last run in the octagon? She is 37 years old and she hasn't fought in a while. And I think she's on a losing streak. I think so. What she says, she loses, she gonna be ready to call it a day. And I think if she lose bad, yeah, I don't know. Um, let's see what like I said, this is just a fight where I'm just kind of pointing, boom, and I'll pick Carolina. Now I'm back to Carolina. First time I said Carolina, then I went Felice, now I went Carolina. So I'm gonna stick with Carolina. I just want Carolina to snap that losing streak. Yeah, Carolina's like 36. They like side by side in age. Oh, when did she say this? She said Macy Barber told James Lynch she's surprised that Santos got the title shot. What's she surprised about? She beat somebody she couldn't beat. What's to be surprised about? Like you couldn't beat Roxy. She did. She surprised. Did she not forget what Roxy did to her and what Taylor did to Roxy? That's all I gotta say. One name, Roxanne Modafferi. And I'm not just saying based off of that one win, but let's just say Taylor Santos leaped over that obstacle that was Roxanne Modafferi, but she couldn't beat Roxy. That's all I have to say. I think did I do a round by round on her beating her? So yeah, that to me that told me everything I needed to know. Macy, she keep her name out there though. I give her that. Marcus said Grasso in the Arujo fight is official. Yeah, I saw. So it's not a main event though, right? It's co-main event. Yeah, she said that, but I know that Roxy, she killed any chances of her getting that title shot long time ago. Yeah, I think if Tanisha got to go in here and stop Olga, she got to completely dominate. If she goes in there and completely dominates Olga, we might have a signing. They stacking bantamweight up, so yeah. James Press, I expect for Bullet to pick her apart bit by bit, and I certainly expect her to be defenseless on point, not take any real damage. Look human, okay, but not look bad. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like it might be a round or two where Santos has enough to make her look human because everybody's human in this cage, but I don't know if she'll keep it consistently, right? Two dominant rounds, I don't think so. Like one, if anything, like the first round might be the most convincing round that Taylor gets. Like I said, because that's the round where she's gonna get into her groove and she's gonna let Santos kind of try to blow her load, or she's gonna let her offer everything up at once. Robot said they both need to be cut. You talking about Felice and Carolina? Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. We ain't got no fights tonight, right? There's an LFA card tonight, I think. Wild Tiger said Tanisha's last opponent got mollywopped. Yeah, she did. Got mopped, man. Who did Valentina stop? Lauren Murphy. Well, before Lauren Murphy, who was it? It was Andrade, right? No, it wasn't three in a row, was it? Because who was the other one? Jennifer Maya. Was there somebody after Jennifer Maya? I know it was Andrade and Lauren Murphy. But the three in a row, oh, Chikagan, I, and who? I know, yeah, she did stop three people in a row. Wait, no. No, no. Well, she got three stoppages. Last three fight stoppages. No, Maya wasn't a stoppage. Yeah, it was Murphy, Andrade, and Maya. Chikagan was before Maya, so 3 in the last 4. Yeah, 3 in the last 4. I don't know. I think the fight I enjoyed the most from Valentino was probably enjoyed. I don't know. Let me see. I think the one fight that really was like a fight to me that I enjoyed was the Joanna fight. Yeah, I think that's why I like that fight the most because I think it was the most competitive fight. I think my favorite satisfying fight was that I fight though. That was like, oh man, just a nice setup, all around nice setup. I think the least fight I think everybody can agree with is Liz Carmouche. That fight was not on anybody's top list as far as impressive. You know what I mean? As far as execution, then why? Then the fights asked me why was like the Priscilla Cachoeira fight. You know what I mean? Like why did that even happen? There was no level. She's nowhere near that level. So I was just like, there's no levels that's similar here. Like why are they fighting? Mojo said, Joanna made it a good fight. Yeah, she did. She did make it a good fight. Wild Tiger said, I think Joanna's going to get redemption. Mm, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I'm not putting money on it. That fight was hard to call, man. Yeah, BJ said, I feel y'all intended, though. She deserves it. I'm just saying, man. Yeah. Man, BJ, I told you, man, the other night I heard y'all's live on Bloody Canvas. I went back and listened. I was like, wow, before you taking it down, man, that was crazy. When you hit me up, BJ, to get on, man, I told you I was out. I was out, I was out. And then when I got home, I was out. I was taking a nap. And BJ, man, I wonder what you're talking about. And I pulled that live up. I was like, man, what's going on here? I got a chance to hear the whole thing too. I did. I caught it. And when I looked, I was like, okay, I am done with it. So yeah, I caught it. I caught all of it before you taking it down. Yeah, I heard it, man. That was some wild stuff, man. I was like, what's going on here? But that was too easy, man. Like, if you're gonna bring me on, that would be an easy work, man. I mean, because the person that you had on there already like caught him 2 times in one sitting right there where he was like, he said the flyweight division sucks. And then he tried to say, oh, I don't mean no harm or like this and that. But I was like, you just said the flyweight division sucks. So I've been, oh man, that's easy work right there. I mean, I'm sorry I missed it though. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to jump in there because yeah, that would have been fun. Yeah, I see. I saw why you had to take it down though, man. I see. Yeah. I saw why though. I saw why you had to take it down. Like it could have stayed up, but it couldn't because of what happened up in there. What he did and try to make it look like. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was just disrespectful. Excuse me. Colostrum said you find it boring. Oh, she's a hit, don't get hit. Yeah, that's what makes fighters good, man. Like, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, like I like, the hit not get hit mentality. Yeah, BJ. That was wow, man. Yeah, cause what was I doing, man? I was out, and then after that, I like woke up in a nap, and I saw you had messaged me, and I was like, man, what's going on? But when I saw your message, it was already like 30 minutes later. Y'all were already in it, so I was like, man, I'm kind of tired right now. So I started to jump on there, but I said I'm drowsy, man. It was hot as hell too. So I said, man, I'm a BJ. He got this. Because when I look back, I was like, oh, come on, it's a little pump. You don't know what he's talking about. But I just don't get why people like if you wonder what I'm talking about, people were just like this in WMMA. I don't get it. And the thing is, like when people diss it, they don't even have like hard evidence. So it's like, how do you diss something or dislike something if you don't even know it? But to me, that's how everything, like all kinds of hate start in the world, right? That's how prejudice and racism starts when people don't understand something, they just don't like it. And that's what it is like with WMA. Like if you don't take the time to watch it or really research it and build a case off why you don't like it, then you don't have nothing to stand on. You just being hateful or you just being a troll, stupid. He said he clicked on the link on a different device and copied. Yeah, I figured he did something like that because the name looked different too. I kind of rewinded it back and I looked at it and I saw how he had the name spelled. And I was like, that ain't him. I was like, oh no, that definitely ain't him. When I saw that picture, I was like, that ain't him. Yeah, but like I said, man, like people just when they don't understand something, they just tend to troll like that, especially in this era, man, when you got a lot of kids behind a mic. They don't want to, and they don't want to really like be serious. Take this sport seriously. They're just gonna say stuff like that. So yeah, I understand. Yeah, you had to take that down, but yeah, it was just interesting, man, because there was nothing on there where they were really building a case to stand on. I mean, you BJ, you pretty much shut them down on a lot of stuff. So didn't even know what weight Chikagan was in. So yeah, like right there, like I ain't even gonna fight nobody on talking about Chikagan's not a good fighter, or then you don't even know the weight class. I already kind of laughed at that. Like if people in here disagree or say she's not okay, we'll argue about it. I'm not going to agree with you, but y'all might have a little bit more to stand on, but not much because still looking at her resume, right? Let me see. Oh, excuse me. James Perez, MJ said same size as Chikagan. Is GDR and Chikagan same size, or is GDR is 5'9"? She's not 5'11", right? I think that's Macy I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay, yeah, she's 5'9". The thing is, GDR sits down on her shots. She's more of a she knows how to use her weight more. Let me put it that way. She sits down on her punches. Chikagan's not really built like that. That's why she moved down, the flyweight. You think GDR is same size? You think GDR is same size as Chikagan? I'm looking at what they got listed here. They both say 5'9", but I think GDR is more filled out. Like, I don't see GDR moving down to flyweight. Let me put it that way. Like, they might be the same height, but I think, GDR is much more filled out. She is a full-fledged bantamweight. See Chikagan, she can kind of play with that because I don't think she has as much. She's not really like huge, like muscular, so she can lose that little bit of weight, or that weight that she has, and she has no problem. I just see GDR being more filled out. Wild Tigers, I wonder if she's fighting again. Supposed to be. She's supposed to be. Sarah McMahon and Aspen Ladder on, so that fight's not happening. BJ said that y'all run Zaman away. No, he right there. He just commented right before you. I mean, I timed him out a couple of times, but he's still here. I gotta. He says he run. He be messing around, so I gotta mess with him. Let me see. He said GDR is 148 that night against Ladd. That's not much for bantamweight. Yeah, I think Amanda Nunes be coming in heavy, boy. Like, I think Amanda, was she coming in one night like 160 something on a bantamweight fight? Somebody told me that. James Perez said, "Who is big? So who's bigger, GDR or Nunes?" I gotta say Nunes, man. I mean, as far as like bulk, the fighter that lets himself get up there more in weight, I'm gonna say Nunes. She walk around. Let me see. I think she walk around like pushing 175, 160. I've heard. I've been told. And for a couple of them featherweight fights, she coming in at like 60, 160. So when you look at like frames, yeah, like Ulysses said, GDR is a little bit more lankier. He said, but not fat. Yeah, I'm just saying like even solid size, like wide. Like if you look at frames, like Amanda's kind of got a wider looking frame. Some frames, when they're kind of wide, that they're built for moving up and down or moving up in weight. She might be bigger than Nunes, but the thing is, I think she stays closer to her weight. Like when she's around fighting, that's why she's always looking more fit. So when you look at it that way, the one that's more always fit, they're going to be the one that I'm going to say, okay, this person's more so suited for this weight. You know what I mean? Like, but when I look at Nunes, sometimes she just comes in a little bit more blockier. Yeah. Wild Tiger see she was thick. Yeah. Like, she. That's why I'd be like, when I'd be looking at 135, I'd be like, man, she must be killing herself to get down there. Yeah, that's something too, Brian. Like Brian said, like most, the older you get, you're gonna feel out. Like she wasn't this big before, but like when we look at her years now, I would say she's putting more on like a wider frame than GDRs. And some people that are just born tall and slender, they're gonna stay that way. Not all the time, but sometimes they will. So there's going to be a time where, yeah, like I said, Nunes, she looks bigger than GDR. Maybe in the beginning she didn't, but now she might surpass her. Because of her frame, because of her body, how it feels out. But like I said, some people that are just tall and more of a wiry frame, they'll be that way for a long time. Because GDR is like 37, 38 now. And I never looked at her and said, oh, wow, like, dang, you know, she must be putting on a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, she always stays kind of close around that fight weight. Hey, I thought you eating your beef jerky, TJ. You back again? As I'm said, Nunes can't do anything about her cardio. Some people make it difficult, how to get that cardio up. Like, I don't know. I think she's just been really good at fighting at a rhythm. Dang, MJ says she want Blanchfield to take that L in Poliana. Herrig will take that L. Yeah, I'm telling you, if JJ win, hey, JJ deserves that ranking, man, because that's just gonna prove that, hey, she been working hard. Yeah, Juliana Pena, man. She done even the odds up this time around, man. I think Juliana Pena, if she can win this fight, she might be on to something. I know Nunes says she still plans on defending her featherweight belt too. So hey, you still a champion up here. Yeah, MJ. I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, JJ Aldrich dropped Macy Barber like 2 times. Where BJ at? I know BJ know. Like how many times? BJ said 3 times. He said she dropped her 3 times. So it was something like that. JJ Aldrich dropped Macy like, I know 2 for sure. I'll tell you one thing, she was snapping that head back though until she got caught. Let's see if JJ can do that here. No. Uh-oh. Let's see what Zama say here. He said, I want Bullet to fight in Cali for once. Want to know her real fight weight. I suspect she's a bit heavier than she says. I don't know. Like how much heavier? Like a real bantamweight? I mean, Valentine don't look that big. Yeah, MJ, I agree, man. I like JJ too. I like JJ Aldrich. I think she's pretty quiet. She don't really be talking trash. I like that about her too. That's why if she wins. I'm cool with that too. I just lean a little bit more towards Aaron in this fight because of the that roughness about her, and she got skills. But if JJ proved me wrong, hey, shoot, JJ might be knocking Aaron out this quadruple threat. So we never know. James Press said Bullet walks around like 135, 138. That's why I figured. I remember she said that once. Yeah. And just that she don't like fighters that talk smack about the champion. Yeah, you see, Valentina said, I don't even know who that is. I think she did that on purpose. She was like, this girl out here talking. She's like, I ain't gonna talk about her. Yeah, James, I said, yeah, Nunes does walk around at that weight. She walks around like 160 something, 170. Um, Wild Tiger said, if Pena wins that rematch, I wonder who will be next for Vieira, Aldana. I wonder if the UFC make another title elimination between them two. I I think. Well, let me see. Ketlin is on a 2-fight win streak, so Ketlin and Aldana might be fighting again. Because who's up there right now? Her and Aldana. They might have to run it back. So I would say if 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 Nunes wins, they might do a third fight. If Pena wins, then you might see Pena versus Vieira next. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. When you talk that trash sometime about the champion and you ain't nowhere near there, you kind of cursing yourself. Yeah. I remember even Mackenzie Dern, she did that to herself, talking about it. And Mackenzie, so I was like, that's why you're not winning that Marina Rodriguez fight. Because I was like, you gotta worry about that fight first. So what happens? Marina Rodriguez schooled her. I guess you could kind of say Ebos almost did that. Well, Ebos did good against Caitlin Cade. Yeah, Taylor ain't catching that. I don't think Taylor or Manone are going to catch that curse because they working. Yeah, Taylor and Manone, they just been working. They ain't been talking. They just been doing what they got to do. They ain't out here. They weren't even talking trash when they were at the lower level. So I give them fighters a good chance. Like I think Valentine is going can still win this fight, but you never know, man. I think she still got a good fighter's chance in there. And boy, if that happens, I wonder what a lot of people are going to say then. Yeah, Nina Azaroff is fighting Calvillo at featherweight. No, not featherweight, flyweight. I don't know why. Hmm. All right, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna get on tomorrow. for this Blanchfield and Aldrich fight, and we're gonna watch that fight together. That's the first fight on the card. I think that's the only fight. Yeah, that's the only fight I'm doing. I just want to get on and do that one. Wild Tiger said if that upset happens, them Shevchenko fans are gonna go crazy. I'm gonna be in the background watching and minding my own business. Believe me, I'm gonna be right there with you because I'm just a channel that likes to talk WMMA, and I give respect where respect is due. But I will be watching. Same way fans were going crazy when Rose lost to Carla. I was just watching because I said, you know what? I think I got to pick Carla. Everybody's like, you stupid for picking Carla. Now all them Rose fans disappear. For the most part, like them hardcore ones that were bugging me. Yeah, I was like, they gone. I was just in the background watching. I'm still here. Marcus Bell said Brianna Fortuna has now pulled out of 2 fights. Yeah, she pulled out the Panay fight, and who was the other fight? Who was she scheduled to fight? Andrade and Carlos Esparza. Yeah, that's gonna be the one. I think they should make Marina. They might make that fight. I think Marina's ready for a title shot, but they might make Marina and Andrade. Let me see here. Oh yeah, she was supposed to fight Hannah Cyphers one time. Brianna Van Buren was. Yeah, Brianna was supposed to fight Panay, but she had to pull out of that fight. Yeah, Wild Tiger. Most people like the strawweight division. I'm surprised, like, because most people, they just love the strawweight division. I've been shining more towards the flyweights, but I've been losing track of some of these new ones they've been signing, but I still know the upper level, which I know that's what you know. But yeah, when it comes down to the lower level, sometimes I'll be forgetting who they sign. I hope she come back though, man. Brianna Fortuna come back, man, because she was on a nice little run. She was a Invicta champion. Man, that was a rough fight with Tisha Torres she had though. Yeah, I like the. I've been liking the flyweights a little bit more. I still like strawweight division. Don't get me wrong. I just been liking how it's kind of been going. All right, so let me get up out of here, y'all. Just reading through some of those comments, and I was actually looking at some of this weigh-in stuff at the same time. So yeah, let me close this out, and I'm gonna be back on about 1 p.m. tomorrow, so we can do this fight thing. Uh, Wild Tiger said hopefully Tatiana comes back. Yeah, I hope so. Man. I hope Tatiana do come on back, man. All right. Wild Tiger said have a good one. Yeah, for sure. And oh yeah, Wild Tiger, I was just looking the other day one of your videos. I said make sure y'all subscribe to Wild Tiger. She be over there gaming, putting them fights together. I don't really play that UFC game. I used to play boxing a lot, but that'd be fun. It'd be reminding me I used to play that game, play Fight Night. Y'all gotta subscribe to Wild Tiger. She be over there putting in work on that game. Hold up, where is it? Let me see here. I'm trying to see that last one I saw on your channel. Mm, 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 mm. Oh yeah, the Carolina Felice 2 got that simulation out. Let's see if it go how. Let's see if it goes that same way. All right, Running Rini says she subscribed Wild Tiger. So yeah, people do that. Good gaming. I don't have time to game anymore, sadly. I would like to. It's hard to get into. Like sitting down playing. I play every now and then, but man. Oh yeah, you did Wild Tiger Guy versus Rose. I bet you the haters got mad at that one. If you came out the winner, right? Are they working on a new fight night? If they do make a new fight night, that'll get me back in. If I come back to, we start making new fight nights, I'm definitely playing fight night. I could sit there and play that for hours. Play a whole career mode just sitting there. All right. Yeah. Oh, you said Rose won now. Okay. Close this thing out. Okay. So I'm done watching now. I was watching something over here. But I'm getting out here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Once again, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up on your way out and catch the stream later if you missed it. Also, like I said, yeah, about 1 p.m. I'll call this Blanchfield Aldrich fight tomorrow. Wild Tiger said also that new esports boxing game is on the way out and released. Oh, okay. I have to be on the lookout for that then. But yeah, I'm done. See y'all at 1. Combo Breaker 99. Subscribe. Peace.